So here I am back again, like I said in my previous video that I will do this one first. Like we just had to get out of the way because it's in December, it's gonna be late. So yeah, Survivor Series WarGames 2023. Wow. So I'm Super88, and I'm here to talk about this show from Chicago, Illinois. So, Survivor Series. You know, watching the show, like, I knew like something. I knew like it would be a fun show, regardless of what would happen in the end, if it had happened or not. It was I knew it was gonna be a fun ass show, and it turned out to be like one, and it got elevated even higher by that. I dare say like the last 5 6 minutes of the show. So yeah, like wow, crazy ass shit. But like we got it, like the I knew with it being Chicago that the crowd would be generated. So I didn't think, even beforehand, I didn't think that the crowd would be showering with like tongues or like turning on the show because they thought maybe they would get their hometown hero at this show. Little did they know, but I didn't think they were gonna be this vocal like there was like 2014. Like I think it's something you often forget that this is a different WWE audience than it was like 2014 when they would be just rebellious just about everything that the government may have just going for. But well, not everything. Mostly the stuff that was bad or terrible or shit. But I didn't think the crowd would be heckling the show too much. I think some of the crowd really wanted to have fun time with the show, and they I have to imagine for those people in the crowd, they had to. So yeah, this was a pretty good show. So let's talk about one of the War Games matches. Started with the women's War Games. So we got damage control of Bailey, Io Sky, Asuka, and Kyrie Sane, who is now back, taking on the team of Bianca Belair, Shashi, that's the other one, sorry, Sassy, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch. If you really feel like it's a repeat, it's a rerun, if you if you watch this video and you feel like a rerun, because that's what basically happened at the last year's Survivor Series War Games. Like it was it was basically damage control with the Bianca Steve, and Becky is coming to back to this story and joining up with Bianca. Like, like damn, like this just fell off. Like last year, I kind of get it why, because at least Damage Control Becky had a story going for last year since Becky got taken up by Damage Control on like the SummerSlam after Raw last year, and then she came back for that War Games. At least it makes sense. This, I really don't know what really purpose it served, other to get Becky on the car, I guess. it all was into me was it was pretty much just to get Becky Lynch on the show and nothing more. And yeah, like and the match was really good, honestly. Like it was really fun, honestly. I kinda had a little more fun than a men's WarGames rivalry match, which I will talk about. Like the women's WarGame was really good. It has and I think what really elevated a little bit was the storytelling of damage control, and I really enjoyed the story of now with Kyrie Sane be back in the fashion and now be back and be part of this fashion that Bailey has maybe has some reservations like she didn't know she was gonna be there. So and it played almost to the story and then throughout this match with Bailey pretty starting off for the team and this as much as anything was a bit of the Bailey showcase match. It was kind of reminding me of last year's War Games with Sami Zayn as that story of that match was pretty much all about him. And this story on that was kinda about her. About Bailey. Like you had some sprinkling moments of whether or not Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch. Well, why did I say Charlotte Lynch? That's why we messed up. The question of whether Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair will coexist, will they team up for this? Yeah, it's a sprinkling moment, but this was pretty much all about Bailey and pretty much sacrificing herself for all the members of Damage Control. And that part, I thought it was done well. You had some cool ass spots with Io's guy having the trash can pretty much cover her whole body and leaping from the top of the can onto Forgo. That was insane. And Charlotte did surprisingly a good moonsault for once in her life. Like Charlotte Flair, like one of the worst things aspects about her so in ring is that she always never she always has so much fucking trouble like landing properly the moonsault the right way. This she actually did good. Did look for once look good. So yeah, I'll give her props for that. So yeah. Like she's genuinely a great wrestler when she can be, but never managed to properly hit a moonsault properly. But this was one where what she did, and I give her props for that. There you go. So this man, so you have some weapons and stuff, and the finish game with like all the baby face I think were circling around Bailey, I think, and Bailey and Becky hit the manhandle on the table and pinned Bailey for the babyface thing. So again, almost a rerun of last year's War Games with Becky getting the win for the babyface thing against Damage Control. And here we are again. And like, if you were gonna have the babyface team win, couldn't you have, I don't know, like Shotzi take the pin for the babyface team, like have her pin Bailey since, I don't know if you remember this, but Bailey shaved her whole hair a couple months ago. And Sasha has been all mad and all wanted to take revenge on Bailey. So wouldn't it make sense for her to have her win for the babyface if you were going to go down this path? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know about Damage Control losing, like, in this first match as, like, proper unit. When you look at the fashion they had, it's like, how the hell do you have her lose in this match? Like how? But if they continue proper tell the story, because I think what this is going to lead anyway is Bailey's ace out from damage control. I don't know how they would get there. I envision Bailey winning the Royal Rumble 2024, and that is how they get out of damage control. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I think it's gonna sell her exit from that group, and Bailey will be as the babyface taking on Io Sky for the women's title at WrestleMania. That's what I think it will happen. But as much I wasn't too crazy about Becky having winning for a babyface team, it was still a really fun match. Like it was this like it was like I'll say it was almost match it was pretty much the match of the night for me slightly. So yeah, it was a really fun War Games match. I think this for the women's War Games was better than like last year's, like slightly better than last year's, and 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 they all work hard here more. I think in this War Games. So thumbs up for the ladies. So the next one, um, I think it was the IC title match. I think it was the IC title match between Gunther defending against the Miz. The dynamics of this really worked well more than I thought it would be, because I always think the Miz is a career heel because mostly all the babyface turns had not been put properly, or they just been boring as a brick. Like somehow, some way, Miz could never get a work as a face, and I don't know if he will ever quite get there to that level. Where I feel like where I feel like he's trying to as like a face, but his story as a face during against Gunther surprisingly works well, and I thought they had a really fun ass segment on Raw. The Raw prior to this match. I thought that was fun. I thought that was really compelling with the Gunter like talking about how Miz is a bully and how none of the people wanted him on the roster when he first came in. Like really plays on real life happens for the Miz. And and the story dynamics, like I said, I didn't think it's I didn't think like it would have been it wouldn't work, and if I be like this kind of had no business being work working as it is, but it somehow does. And the match was, and again the match was good. Like I think even on a lower scale of Gunther matches, as low as like as low as even on a low rate of like top Gunther matches throughout from this incredible reign as Intercontinental Champion. Even even on a lower scale with Gunther with this man, this match was still good and was still fun. And one thing I will always give credit to Gunther, and then the reason he's probably the best damn champion in this company right now is he always give you reasons when you really think you wouldn't, to give you reasons to make you think he might have lost here. Like even with the Like, even when the Miz will blow Gunther and hit with the skull squash if not you finish it. Like, you really think that was the finish, but the crowd ball in. They, they reacted well, and you saw it, you and you bought into it. Like, you actually thought he may have a chance here. And that's what I will always give credit to someone like Gunther. To compare us to like, yeah, I really don't like to bring him up, but like, compare that to Roman Reigns, to where at this point it's like there's almost nothing in his message that makes me at this point in his time reign. There's nothing like I could say where I watch his match and I think like, well, I think he may have a chance to lose it because you already know he's fucking winning. Yeah. I think that's to a detriment of his opponent. So yeah, but Gunter, he always makes you believe when you at times when you reach to make you at times make you believe that he could lose. And this was one of those situations. And the match told a really nice story with Miss trying and the finish with and the finish I thought was great because it was great irony because the story they tried to tell was Miss was going to vie for tying the record of Chris Jericho of the most intercontinental championship reigns with 9 intercontinental title wins. And Gunther realizing he uses the Lion Tamers, a move that is used by Chris Jericho to beat the Miz and win the match with it. Just to rub it and stick it to the Miz's face that he will never tie Chris Jericho's record for the most intercontinental championship win as long as he's the champion. And I love that. I love that Gunther's awareness and stuff like that. And he used it to his advantage against his opponent. And yeah, this match was fun. Like Gunther, I can never like it's either like Gunther or Bryan Danielson or like Will Ospreay. I can say for rest of the year, like he's really one of the best damn wrestlers in the world right now. And the Miz as a face has slightly won over me. Like I didn't think it would work, but the crowd seemed to be reacting pretty well. So yeah, that's what I really liked. The next one was kind of fortunate. Santos Escobar versus Dragon Lee. This one was kind of a letdown a little bit to me. Like I don't know. Like this had like, and it's a shame because I've been really fucking enjoying Santos Escobar's heel run. From attacking Rey Mysterio today, great as when he called on SmackDown talking shit about Rey and the vile things about him, like man, and him attacking Carlito stuff, and now Dragon Lee, who has been really getting slightly more organic over, like the crowds are slowly taking in with this guy, like he's on the first, the fast track of there's a major push in this company. This had so many things to work, but it really didn't. Like it's not like the match was like bad, but like I don't know, like I feel like they were getting there, but as soon as they were getting there, it was over, just like that. Like Santos Escobar win, but like man, I expected a lot more for this. The match was going fine, and then the match was like fine for what it was, but man, this could have been so much more. Like, wow. Unbelievable. Next up was the Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley defending against Zoe Stark. Quite honest with you, didn't really watch the match. From what I heard, this was average at best to mediocre. And did you really expect Zoe Stark to really win here? Did you really? So, yeah. For what I heard, for what I heard, it was pretty mad this whole match. And Rhea Ripley retained her Women's World Championship. So, yeah. That's really all I can say about it. It was just, meh. Now on to the men's WarGames match. You had Team Cody of, well, I'll start with the Judgment Day of Damian Priest, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, Dominic Mysterio, and Drew McIntyre just only joined the Judgment Day for this particular match. Against Team Cody of Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, the World Champion, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and the returning Viper Randy Orton. And they played and at first when I was watching the whole angle, won't he show up angle with Randy, like, I don't know about you, but like, I was kind of like, why would they do this on a show in all places of Chicago? Because that's what I was thinking, like, because I know eventually I kind of get why they did what they did, but it's like, at first, like, the fans are gonna be expecting someone else now to join in. And to join up Team Cody for it, since they did the whole angle of will he or won't he angle with Randy Orton. It's like, why would you do this? Why would you? I was questioning, like, why would you? The danger of Leslie, the reaction that Randy might have got, and this is Randy Orton. He's coming back for major injury after being out for just a really long fucking time. Like, this was just a risky ass decision to do. So yeah, like, and I don't know, like, the match was like decent. But if oftentimes you were just kinda like waiting for Randy to show up, that you pretty much didn't bother to care so much of the match itself, like when the competitors start taking in the ring and stuff. The work was fine, but you really were waiting for that something special to happen. Like, the work in the match, like I said, is decent, but yeah, there was really not much else to it. So yeah. So after all the competitors came in and Drew and you had Drew coming in, Cody coming in, Dominic coming in, all the people coming in. I really thought it had a fire start with Seth Rollins jumping and leaning toward Finn Balor to the ring, to the two ring. I thought that was a cool moment, but you were really waiting for that fifth member Team Cody to come out, and Rhea Ripley starts to show up, and teasing like. I was like, how the hell was this even gonna work? Like, if Damian Priest cashed in his money in the bank right there, they're like, what would happen? Like, realistically, like, what will happen if the match is like if Damian can cash in, if Damian Priest cash in right then and there, like. Will a match happen like before the WarGames begin? Like, I knew something was up. But man, oh man, Randy Orton came out and shredded as a motherfucker. I saw something on Twitter that he was really inspired from the WWE All Stars model. If you look, Randy was like shredded as a guild, both of the guild, like, go look up any other WWE All Stars, the video game, you know what I mean. But the dude was fucking jack, and the crowd was jack as hell to see him. And it was a really cool ass moment. As much I kind of feel bad for what will happen after this slightly, it was really fucking great to see Randy coming back, and I made a video months ago talking about will he retire or not because of this very back injury. I know he will come back, but there was some creeping of that whether or not he will ever be back. But lo and behold, he is back in the ring, and that energy of the crowd throughout the rest of throughout the rest of this was top notch. Like, it was incredible. Like, wow. Like, and I kind of think they did what they did just to not temper the speculation of someone returning at this show, to not like temper the fans' expectation too much. But I think they also did it to not leak anything news, to keep that surprise as much as possible. But when he came in, he started beating out the whole Judgment Day. You had a really cool moment with all them doing the double rope, the middle hold DDT, all the Team Cody did. That was a great visual, and you really had a fun ass storytelling between Randy Orton and Jey Uso. And Jey Uso is out of the bloodline, but he was a part of the bloodline where they took out Randy Orton and then Matt Riddle, who was still in the company at that time. Now he's been released. But anyways, the Bloodline took out RK Bro. Randy was out after that, so Randy never forgot. And Jey Uso, like, his look when Randy was announced to be the fifth member, and his character, like, throughout the whole match was really great storytelling. Like it's great to see them having some continuity and have something called a little bit of character development. Like, he's like, Jay is actually a little bit concerned because he doesn't know how much he can trust Randy. And you saw that with Randy's telling Jay, I never forget what you did. And Jay was like, it's not like that. And I like that they had a backstage moment on the road after that to really get some closer to it a little. So yeah, so Jay Superkiss and Randy hit RKO. Dominic Mysterio, I think it was Damien Priest. And then he get a sick ass RKO from the top of the cage when Seth and Sammy would throw J Demon Dunn it, entering with the RKO. That was a great ass picture. And Cody hit the crossroads on Damien Priest for the win from T Cody. And Team Cody won the match. And they was just a funny little feeling. Like, I would thought I thought the show was over by that point. But there was just something the way it was being presented where I was like, surely something's gonna happen because just something fell off. But I gotta give Triple H a lot of credit. He basically used the NXT specialty here of pulling the trademark logo right at the very end of the show, making you think it was the end of the show, only to completely shock and swerve the hell out of you by giving you just a little more to suck you in, to play like he made it to play you like a failure, made you think it was over until it wasn't. And holy man, and it's like so was about to be over, but then sirens hit and caught the fucking personality hit. Like, I was like that, like shaking when that music hit. And whether the Chicago wants to admit or not, I don't think by that point they expected that music to be hit. And holy shit, I'm shocked that the whole thing come off. Like, holy shit, like, wow, like, the fans were going nuts. Koto personality hit a newer version, which I seem to be a little grown to like it. And there it is. After you were thought he wasn't gonna do it, or if he was gonna show up, here it is. CM Punk had just returned to the WWE at Survivor Series 2023. Holy shit. Like, I will talk about more, actually, when I get my thoughts on him AC for AEW, and I have a lot more things to say about that. But I want to talk about this specific moment in this. And like, I also give Triple H a lot of credit in that he fucking kept this under the fucking wraps. Like you thought, like, there was some, like, even I, like, kind of knew it was a possibility, but you never thought it will happen because so much of what has been heard from the dirt sheets that it really wasn't gonna happen. And I saw one report that said, like, if it happens, it's the best kept secret in wrestling history, or it's something that wasn't meant to be yet. But Lord behold, it was the best kept secret in all of wrestling. And as much as I didn't like how he approached things during the end of his AEW run, as much I am little could be skeptical even still of how he could add a certain Ray. Oh no. Hopefully things will go all well as about that. So as much not too crazy over him, particularly because of how he behaved during his AEW. But there's no denying that this was a huge ass fucking moment. This was a massive, big fucking deal. Like, it's moments like this that you watch wrestling for. Something that hooks you in, that ties you in, and makes you want to come back for more. And and I think Triple H has biggest legacy when it's all said and done is pretty much be the ultimate man fencer, the ultimate man fencer for all things to WWE. Like, you thought people like Bruno Sammartino, Ultimate Warrior would come back. He managed to scoop those guys in and get into the Hall of Fame. Like, I think he did that also with Goldberg when he came back 2016, the initial run. He was able to scoop him in. Like, Triple H has managed to be somewhat directly responsible for all the key names that you thought were never gonna be back ended up being back. And this is now one of them. Like, and I don't think it could have gone any better than what it was. Like, the way it was done, like what can you really say about it? Like, this was fucking so real. To see CM Punk come back to a company that many thought he will never return back. Even some people really skeptical. I kinda knew he will be back, but I didn't think it would be at this show. And I kinda think now they purposely did the Randy Orton announcement to throw the fans off. Like a red-handed, like CM Punk won't be back. Like, they did everything in their fucking power to get this out of to keep it as secret as possible. And they fucking did it, man. And this created one of the greatest returns in WWE history. Like, I don't know, like, if I can confidently say the greatest return, but like, this was timeless. And yeah, like, this, I don't know if I can compare like this to his AEW return, like, and when he came back initially the first day. I think that one, the first dance in Chicago in 2021, that will always be a special one because that's when he came back to wrestling. But still, this was a big ass deal, and I don't think the crowd in Chicago expected to happen. Even for some thought that were hoping to happen, that they're hoping that will happen. I don't think they did by that point. So when it did, people were losing their fucking minds. And yeah, like, there only a few certain moments in wrestling that really gave me the feel like shock and awe. and this was one of them. Like, when you see stuff like this, it reminds you how wrestling could be still at this day and age with the surprises. Like, like you see CM Punk coming out, actually slightly better looking than looked slightly better than look even better than the last time he was in AEW. Like, he was in much better shape. I really like the haircuts. Like, I thought that was a cool looking haircut. Like, for a mid 40 guy, like, he looked pretty damn good in the ring. Like, I was impressed with how he looked. Like, he looked like, you want to talk about Randy Orton being jacked to the good, being lean. You gotta give that credit to CM Punk that he was pretty lean. So yeah, this was an incredible moment. I give WWE a lot of credit for this. I was shocked, as was many others, for the return. So yeah, and it really was a great moment. You saw CM Punk interact with a fan. And I give one shout out, another shout out to that fan that was in Charlie Chicago. Like, that was a cool ass moment, as it really amplified what this moment really meant for not only CM Punk but for the people in Chicago, and for like what this moment was. So yeah, this was fucking awesome. As much as I'm not too crazy how he can be and how he was during his exit in AEW. I will talk about more on that. But this moment it was incredible. So yeah. That's what all I have to say. So yeah, Survivor Series WarGames ended a fun that show. And they're really fucking great with the moment of CM Punk coming back, and with the return of Randy Orton as well. It really elevated the show to a whole level. Like, the show up to that point was really good. I still think it was good, but those final 5 minutes of the show will really make it a memorable show, and a show that you won't forget for a long time. So yeah, so that's it for Survivor Series. Like this video if you haven't, subscribe. Tell me what you thought about Survivor Series and the returns of Randy Orton and CM Punk in the comment section below. And as always, I'm Jason Marinez, and I approve this.